Yo, what is good, Ninja? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the PE Nintendo Switch and Gaming News video. Today, we've got some great information like always. If you haven't checked out my previous videos for the day, make sure you do so. We've done 3 videos already, plenty of gaming news, but we're going to keep this train going, so let's go ahead and get right into it. RIME to use HD Rumble and touchscreen menus on the Nintendo Switch. So this is coming from a WCCF Tech interview with Remy Chinchilla, and I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I think I said it right, and he is one of the dudes over there at Tequila Works. So quote, "One of the features we put was HD Rumble. Yeah, it's really cool. The designers put a curve to how much they vibrate depending on what you're doing in the world. The only thing really in there is in the menus. You can touch the screen, but that's all, because we didn't want to add any other gimmicks. RIME was never planned with gimmicks in mind, and we thought if we add them now, they might not fit the game as we intended." Now, Remy also went on to say that there weren't any motion controls or gyroscope stuff in the game as far as the Nintendo Switch version of RIME, as they wanted to keep the experience as close to what it was on other platforms. But I think one thing, if you're going to put something into a game for the Nintendo Switch version, you don't need to do gyroscope, you don't need to do motion. None of that is really needed, in my opinion, when you're bringing over a multi-platform title. To me, all you really need to do or take advantage of is HD Rumble, because from what I understand, implementing HD Rumble might take a little bit longer because it's not just one standard rumble motion that you see like in PS4, Xbox One, but I think it's worth it because HD Rumble is instant feedback, it's instant gratification as far as like an explosion from one side or pressing a button or opening the door. It's something that stays with you and an experience that can actually enhance it. Like when games have great HD Rumble, that is a huge benefit to the Nintendo Switch version and can actually sell that version to me over the other versions. A perfect example of this is SteamWorld Dig, and I think this really fits more to indies than anything because a lot of indie developers' graphics are going to pretty much be the same across the board. So a game like SteamWorld Dig 2, that game has fantastic HD Rumble in addition to the portable play. To me, it's a no-brainer on the Switch if you have multiple platforms that have the game. So for me, HD Rumble is a must. So I'm really happy that they put that in there. And then having some touchscreen controls for the menus, that's a nice little extra that some games don't do. And the fact that they put that in there, that's good. This game has been a long time coming, just in general, not only for the Nintendo Switch, but just in general. It was delayed years from when it was supposed to come out. Then it's coming to the PS4 and Xbox One. It finally got the game earlier this year, I think back in May or something like that, which May was actually stacked for the Nintendo Switch, so I don't mind it being delayed till now. So what do you guys think about RIME as far as the version for the Nintendo Switch? I know it's coming out sometime soon or November, not 100% sure. I'll put a little cap on the screen as far as when it's coming out. Are you guys going to be picking this one up? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the next article here. Unity 2017.2 is now available and it includes native rendering plugin support for the Nintendo Switch. So the native rendering plugin support for the Nintendo Switch. Other improvements include native rendering plugin support for the Nintendo Switch, which enables you to implement low-level rendering work with Unity's multi-threaded rendering. And I also think there was something about Unreal Engine 4 having some type of Unity plugin as well, as far as making it just easier to import. So overall, what does this mean? Well, I don't know what it means as far as Nintendo Switch games with Unity. Now, we've talked about this before. Unity is a bit junky on the Nintendo Switch. Multiple games, Battle Chasers Nightmare, Super Bomberman R, and also Yooka-Laylee have all had issues when it comes to Unity and the Nintendo Switch. Now, we did get that story just the other day that Unity and Nintendo were working together to optimize it for the Nintendo Switch, and maybe this is a part of it, but I still feel there's going to be a little bit more to come, because even if you get things running a little bit better, I'm a little bit worried about the frame rates when it comes to things, because games that are easily supposed to be running in 60 frames per second on the Nintendo Switch all of a sudden have to have all sorts of workarounds and stuff like that, or might not even come at 60 frames per second at all. For example, while not final, Lost Sphere on the Nintendo Switch, that's not 60 frames per second on the system, despite there being no reason normally for the game not to run at 60 frames per second. So that's the thing that I want to see get fixed, and I'm not sure if this is the thing that's going to help that, because Lost Sphere should be running at 60 frames per second on the Nintendo Switch. It shouldn't be 30. Look at the game. So that's the one thing that I do want to wait and see for. I want to see the big update that's going to get things on par to where the games, let's say it's not the most graphically intense. Maybe it's not a Ukulele or something like that, but it is like a Battle Chasers or it is a Lost Sphere. Those games should be running optimally on the Nintendo Switch. There shouldn't be, as far as a huge frame rate difference from other platforms. So in my opinion, when that update comes out and when we start actually seeing it being implemented into games, that's when I'll stop calling Unity junky on the Nintendo Switch at this point. I understand why people use Unity. A lot of developers do use it, and I think it's something as far as what Nintendo and Unity, they need to make sure that they get that, like, working on that ASAP. Obviously they are, but I think the more updates, the better, in order to make sure games just run optimally when they're using Unity on the Nintendo Switch. So what do you guys think about this brand new update? How do you guys feel it's going to work? And if any of you guys are developers, because I do have a few developers, shout outs to Zyphos Gaming and Nintendo Examiner, both of you guys know what's going on here. Let me know in the comment section below, does this help out? Do you feel that it's going to be a big help? And what does the Nintendo Switch actually need as far as with Unity in order to get things running smoother across the games? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the last article here, my baby. You guys know what we're talking about here. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, more information from the official Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Twitter accounts. Let's go ahead and get into today's update. Today, Monolith Soft shared some details and some screenshots for the Argentum Trade Guild, which can be found in Argentum. That Titan might not be the biggest of them all, but it's packed with stores, and customers are doing their shopping. So I just want to say something real quick before we get into this. Is that kind of annoying if you're a Titan and you're flying on there and you got all these shops on your back and people walking around? Does that itch or anything like that? I'm just wondering, but probably not for the bigger Titans, but for that smaller one, it seems a bit weird. Maybe he doesn't care at all. But anyway, let's get into this screenshot here, and yeah, as you can see, we've seen this before as far as how the guild looks, but I absolutely adore the design of it. Like the rugs and the air and everything, it really makes it seem like a real trade guild that you saw in different video games of the past. I really do like the designs of it, and it looks like a real traders guild where you're gonna go there and swap some like busted up old junk in order to get some money to get like a new sword or to get something else or to get parts to mix together. It's a great look for the game, and I love that they're sharing this with us here. So one of the things that I wanted to talk briefly about when it comes to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on the Nintendo Switch, I think the attention to detail is probably the biggest thing that we're seeing with a lot of these screenshots that they're sharing. Look at the different patterns and the fabrics inside of this place. Look at the wood flooring. All this stuff is just really detailed when it comes to things, especially when you compare that to Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and Xenoblade Chronicles X. Both of those games, while massive and had great environments, there wasn't really a lot of detail when it came to certain areas. Like when you went inside the area for like New Los Angeles or anything like that, yes, there were some different parts, but it didn't have a lot of character when it came to things. And the areas didn't have a lot of character because it was all just built like a New Los Angeles, right? Then you went out into the street. But everything that I've seen so far from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, there is a lot of different style and character built into each area that you're going to be going into. Now, there was that as far as Xenoblade Chronicles X and Xenoblade Chronicles when it comes to different locations as far as parts in the world. For example, like Xenoblade Chronicles X, that had like a lava area, then it had like a wide open grassy fields area and different ones. I understand that, beaches, but I'm just talking when you go into places, like when you go into the stores like this. This is very distinct as far as how it looks compared to other places we've seen and even other areas and shops. So yo man, really cool. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 gets closer and closer each day. So what is your favorite detail so far that they've shown off from the official Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Twitter account when it comes to anything, whether it's the battle or the shops or the different Titans? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. It really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon page, pledge any tier, be entered in to win some awesome prizes. Plus, we have Discord voice chat and prize eShop tournaments for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon, and much more. Also, make sure you check out our brand new YouTube live gaming page and consider sponsoring PlayerEssence. When you do so, it works very much like Twitch, to where you can earn emotes for the chats, in addition to actually getting entered into my friends list so you can participate in tournaments that we do have. So check out the link in the description below and consider sponsoring PlayerEssence right here on YouTube Gaming Live. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Nintendo, and Japanese gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja for the next video. Peace.